So,
discount that.
first question I'm going to ask, obviously, is where are you guys from?
Dallas originally.
In Georgetown, Texas.
Georgetown, Texas. Okay.
Austin, really. I mean, no one knows Georgetown.
So how did you make your way from Georgetown to Fort Worth?
About 10 years ago, I was shopping for cities to move to. And I looked at Charlotte, I looked at Scottsdale, I looked at Dallas, Houston, I looked at Nashville, looked at every city that I thought I might want to move to, and I just fell in love with Fort Worth. Kept being drawn back to Fort Worth. It feels like a grown-up version of the Austin I grew up in. Old Austin, right? Just letting you know.
And I guess what kept you in Fort Worth, right? DFW, what kept you in Fort Worth?
I went to Texas Tech in Lubbock, and then got a job in Houston. Lived in Houston for about 5 years. Then went to grad school at TCU and got a job at Lockheed, and I've been here for 9 years.
Okay. I guess, where did you two meet?
That classic story. Go to a bar, see a beautiful woman, and ask if you could sit down at the table with him. A couple of years ago.
Okay, before diving into you guys,
Yep.
since you said you had an ex-marriage, right? Either one of you two?
Yep.
Well, what happened, if you can tell? Or give a small description, a simple description.
Married someone I grew up with. We were together for 26 years, and got divorced about 4 years ago. 3 kids. Good co-parents.
Yeah, I was in the Marine Corps, met a girl, fell in love, married for love, not necessarily for the extra pay that came along in the Marine Corps, but that sure didn't hurt. And we're still friends. I've been divorced almost 30 years. Yeah, I know.
Okay, what is one big thing that I guess you really enjoyed about marriage, and what was really challenging about marriage?
You know what I love? I loved having someone to go home to and cook every day for. I love the camaraderie. It was something that continued from me growing up with 3 brothers, being in the Marine Corps, playing sports, all that. It continued on to a relationship, and I really haven't had that since. Dating is not the same as marriage. It feels similar, but it is not the same.
I agree.
You're going to steal my answer? No! You don't get off that easy. No. What's something you really liked about?
I like security of it and the family unit, I guess.
Family unit. What was really challenging about marriage?
What was tough when you were married? What was tough?
Dealing with someone else's personality. Challenges of raising kids. It changes everything.
And I don't have any kids. So at 48 years old with no kids versus her at my age with 3 kids, very different. But I've never dated someone with children until a year and a half ago.
So, I mean, piggybacking off of that, since you don't have any kids, what was the most enjoyable thing about parenthood? What did you enjoy most about raising kids?
Oh, just the love you have for another human is indescribable. So, motherhood is the best thing, and it's also the hardest thing at the same time. Like they say, the days are long, but the years are short.
Okay, so about you two, what was your first impression of him, and what was your first impression of her? There might have been some alcohol in there, since you said you met her at a bar, but...
Actually, we were eating dinner. I despised it. Did not like it at all.
What?
I did it.
Oh yeah, I forgot that it was.
I was doing this. I was buried in my phone.
I forgot that.
Then our friends got up and left. I left me sitting there with him. I want to sit here while I finish my dinner. Okay. We went across the street to another bar.
Yeah.
What was yours? Oh, that should be out one.
Oh yeah, but I can only give half an answer. Yeah, I mean, obviously she's gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
And I've never dated anyone my age at all, and so there's been some shocking moments in us getting to know each other and everything else. Even the first night, there were some shocking moments that night. You can see what I'm saying.
Okay, so you're traveling right now. Where, even though you're going to Key West, where are 3 places in the future you're looking forward to traveling to?
Well, I'm headed to Germany, Poland, Romania, Croatia, Italy, and Spain in early October. But not with her. With one of my best friends who's overseas right now. But she's kind of traveled everywhere. So she's been everywhere in the world. I keep mentioning stuff.
I've been to Asia.
I've been to Asia. Working for Lockheed, they sent her everywhere for years. Where are you looking forward to go? You've never been to Key West. Oh yeah, you have. Never spent time in Miami though. Where else have you not spent time? Okay. Let's go to Africa. 'Cause I want to hunt. You can ride around and look at the animals, you know. You want to take pictures. I'd love a giraffe. Love wildebeest.
Okay, how about this question?
Yeah.
So to see, because you guys have a different interpretation of life. Let's say you've been married for 5 years, and there is your marriage going good or whatever, it's going okay, whatever, however you want to interpret it. And there's a video that surfaces showing your spouse cheating on you a week before your marriage. What do you do next?
I mean, we've all been in relationships where there's infidelity, but well, in a video kind of, yeah. I think the video part, whether it's before or after, is gonna be a big deal. And if it was you and I saw it, I'd be sick to my stomach, first of all. I wouldn't like that at all. So then how do you deal with it? I don't know. Honestly. Yeah. I wish there was an easy answer, but there really isn't.
Oh, trust me, I have like a little snippet from people I've talked to for the past week. Answers are all over the place, from I'm out, fuck it, divorce, leaving, bye.
That's
to
honest.
we'll work through it or talk about it, or
Both those answers, both extremes, are not honest. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to stay in a relationship if you're going to have that animosity. Let's say it's me. You're going to have that animosity forever with you. I just don't want the video out there. It has nothing to do with when it happened. It could be 5 years. I don't want that video out there. I'm fully aware.
So you said even though you said you wouldn't know, well, maybe if you thought, maybe what would your first thought be? What would you do? Maybe talk to her or something like that?
Yeah. I think that's where it starts. Yeah.
Now, okay, what about this one? If you just won the lottery for $100 million, what is the first thing you're gonna buy?
Buy my ex-husband out.
Yeah.
Get rid of him.
Both of us are very, very, very fortunate. So I'm kind of a tough one to buy Christmas gifts for, or birthday gifts, because if there's anything I want, I just buy it. You're the same way. So we've been very, very lucky in life. $100 million though, maybe a house of rock for just for something extra. That's already happening. So, yeah, I've got a sizable lawsuit against the federal government. I'm going back to Supreme Court this year. What? Yeah, I don't care. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And it'll be that size. So, yeah, basically, when I found out the size of the lawsuit, I set up a family trust in my father's name to pay for all of college for all of his descendants. So I guess that's what they'll do. It's done.
Okay. So in your opinion, this is another one I asked. This answers extremes to middle. It's very entertaining. From what you've seen in life, what percentage of men do you think cheat in a long distance relationship?
100%.
What
100%.
what is your answer?
Alright,
Okay.
here's my philosophy on men.
What? Okay.
Men are as earnest, faithful, and they're optimists.
Okay. What percentage of women do you think cheat in long distance relationship?
90.
30%. It's way less. It's way less.
I'm feeling more on yours. Yeah, I'm on yours.
Women can have affairs that aren't sexual. They're cheating emotionally, and sometimes that goes to physical, but that's not what they're looking for. They want the emotional player. Not all. You're right. 30% don't. But you know, well, I know who all your friends are, but I think it's a tough. The traveling thing is a tough one. I've got a great friend, and him and his wife have an agreement that when they're traveling, just don't talk about what's going on and don't embarrass the other. Yeah, and so they just don't talk about it.
What? Okay, this last three questions I got for you.
Yep.
This one, you said people don't think rationally, common sense, this happened to them. What are you doing? Let's say you're driving like 70, 80 on the highways, a lot of cars around you. What would you think your honest reaction, or what would you do if you're driving and two big spiders drop on your hands as you're driving? What is your
Wipe it off.
Oh, I've heard you just crash or something like that. Fast gas and paint. So.
Doesn't fit me, unfortunately, or something.
Yeah, I'm from Texas. So we grew up with that stuff. Didn't think twice about it.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
What restaurant? What if you could only eat at one restaurant for the rest of your life? What restaurant would that be?
Now, by menu, if I hadn't had tried their food before, I would say Cheesecake Factory because it's got the big menu, but their food is garbage. So I wouldn't eat there. What? Yeah. So Colonial Country Club has, and it's right by your house, and it's good food. Nothing is exceptional, but it's very good. I don't know. I think if I didn't have to pay for it, I think I might go with Gucci in Dallas, Austin. No, never. They have everything from fried chicken to the best sushi on the world. Like literally, Tyson Cole got a Michelin star, and he's a James Beard award-winning chef as a sushi chef. So maybe, but I can't afford $400 a night for dinner. You know.
Okay, so since you guys said you're doing well, lucky, what advice would you give to people that are younger people that are going through life right now?
Say that again.
Buy real estate.
Say that
What
again.
I did.
She bought real estate in grad school and has been buying ever since. And it's ridiculous. What I would say is a little different. You're never going to make real money unless you own your own company. You have to. Because at the end of the day, she owns her own property management company that owns all the properties. I own a firearms company. You're never going to make decent money. When I'm saying decent, I mean more than 200. You can make $200,000 a year in the car business. You can make $200,000 a year working for Lockheed Martin. You can do that with a lot of different companies. You can't make much more than that unless you own your own business. And for me personally, I had to fail several times. It took me 43 years to make my first $1 million, and it took me 2 weeks to make my second.
So
It's ridiculous.
that's what I see that a lot. Oh, my
Yeah.
bad. You can go.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying that I had just went through like the big phase of fitness where I seen like, okay, so it's hard to get in shape, but once you're in shape, it's easy to maintain it.
Yeah.
Compared to like once you have the money, it's easy to build on top of money. Once you, like I said, the hardest thing is to make your first million, because after that you can.
It's the connections. Once you have money and people know you don't need money, they're way more eager to get in business with you or partner with you or loan or whatever. It's easier to run a company $500,000 worth of debt than it is with no debt when you don't have the sales to back it up. So it's kind of backwards, and I never really thought about that.
Okay. What any advice, even though you're both divorced, what advice would you give to people who are looking to get married one day?
I do. I'm a hopeless man. Find someone that you want to spend time with. And then the biggest thing is don't give up on them. There's going to be good and bad. If I find someone that I go, okay, I'm not going to give up on you, and I'm a pain in the ass. You know that. I'm not easy. I'm just not. And if I find someone who's willing to not give up on me, I'd be completely open. You can't just steal my answer. Come on.
Make sure we're on the same page. Family, money.
Money is a big one. Money is much bigger than people make it out to be. Much bigger.
I see that most. I guess from marriage side, if infidelity isn't the big killer, it's money.
Money is a much bigger thing to work through than infidelity. I mean, we don't want to say that. I don't want you running around behind my back, but no, money is a much bigger deal.
So I did write this question actually on Facebook yesterday, and I'm like, I'm not saying all women like this, but generalizing. And I'm like, why is it that celebrity men, or even your average man, he is willing to date any kind of woman, regardless of her status? She can be poor, rich, as long as she's pretty, he's attracted to her. She has a shot with him, pretty much. But a celebrity woman will not date any man, usually, that's not on her status. Why is that? And a lot of women tend to follow that mold.
What's that?
It's all about school, men are visual creatures.
Yeah, there's $10,000. There are 10,000 years of programming that's happening for men and women too.
A lot
A lot of it is.
No, but it's crazy. Like even when I see a lot of first of all, I say this every time. You have like a 1 to 3% chance. Celebrity relationships don't last, and it's been proven. The man has too many options every single time. So I'm just like, the man has too many options, and the woman, I'm like, okay, it's not gonna work. Why would you not date a regular guy? Like I think you wouldn't have to worry about him as much. Like you.
Dolly Parton. She married.
But who's beers date the dancer? That didn't work out.
I just look at it, even though you said guy thinks with his, his penis or whatever, at least a guy's falling for you because of who you are, not what you have. A woman, a lot of times,
What you had.
like,
If they were 400 pounds,
yeah, huh?
but if the women were 400 pounds, it wasn't who they were. It was
But you are who you are. It's not what you have, though. Like, I'm talking about, like, as in he fall in love with who he met you at first, But what you have, like, a lot of times I see a woman want a man who's already built instead of building with him at the same time.
I mean, keep in
Don't have
mind,
anything of their own.
the two wealthiest women on the planet both got their wealth
By
from
divorce. Divorce, yeah. Yep.
Okay. I mean, you've got to go down that list pretty fucking far to find true wealth.
From a woman.
Yeah.
The top 20 people on it, 18 of them were maternity.
Yeah. Yeah. The wealthiest billionaire we have in all of DFW is Sam Walton's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She was right on the other
And she got like 20 billion from her dad or something?
something.
I know all the siblings split.
She was on the
Really? For women? Or,
It was mixed. It's almost half and half.
yeah.
All right. I mean, that's all the questions I would ask. Thank you for sharing.
Well, thank you very much for asking.
Welcome.